I know you will watch my video because you want to know the dark art of cold reading, so I will explain clearly, step by step, about what is the dark art of cold reading. Let get real. Cold reading, often seen as a mysterious skill in the realm of mentalism, psychology, and social manipulation, is the art of extracting personal details from people without them realizing. Whether it's a stage performer, a psychic, or an illusionist, mastering cold reading can make someone seem almost supernaturally intuitive. However, it is a complex and ethically controversial skill that requires both practice and careful understanding of human nature. Learning it can be powerful, but it's not without risks. Here's an in-depth look into the fascinating and sometimes dark world of cold reading. Explore at your own discretion. 1. What is cold reading? Cold reading is a set of techniques used to give the impression of knowing intimate details about a person without any prior knowledge of them. Unlike hot reading, where information about the subject is gathered beforehand, cold reading relies on interpreting behavioral cues, visual observations, and leading questions to create the illusion of a personal connection. Cold readers use a combination of observation, psychology, and suggestive language to guide the conversation, making people feel understood. While cold reading is commonly associated with psychics and fortune tellers, it's also utilized by stage magicians, illusionists, and even therapists who aim to create a sense of rapport with their clients. 2. Core techniques of cold reading. At the heart of cold reading lies a set of time-tested techniques that allow practitioners to achieve seemingly impossible feats. Here's an overview of some of the key methods used in cold reading. A. The Barnum Effect. The Barnum Effect, also known as the Forer effect, is one of the most powerful techniques in cold reading. This phenomenon describes how people tend to accept vague, general statements about themselves as highly accurate and personal. These statements are carefully crafted to be universally relatable. For example, saying, "You often feel that you're not living up to your potential," appeals to a broad audience, as most people experience such thoughts at some point. The Barnum Effect works because people unconsciously project their own experiences and emotions onto the statement, making it feel uniquely tailored to them. This technique is a staple in horoscopes, personality tests, and fortune-telling. B. Shotgunning. Shotgunning is a technique that involves making multiple statements in quick succession, increasing the chances that at least one of them will resonate with the subject. This approach works particularly well in large crowds, where a few random guesses are likely to be accurate for some individuals. A cold reader might say, "I'm sensing someone with a connection to the letter J. Does that mean anything to you?" By making several broad guesses, they improve the odds of hitting on something meaningful for at least one person, thus creating an aura of insight. C. Fishing and leading questions. Fishing involves asking subtle, leading questions to encourage the subject to reveal personal information, which the reader can then use to make more specific predictions. For example, a reader might say, "I sense some recent sadness in your life," which prompts the subject to share details about a recent experience. The reader then uses this information to build on their insights, making it appear as though they knew these facts all along. D. Reading body language and microexpressions. Mastering the ability to read body language and microexpressions is crucial for cold readers. By carefully observing physical cues like posture, facial expressions, and eye movement, they can make educated guesses about a person's emotional state and personality. For instance, a nervous smile or fidgeting might suggest anxiety or insecurity, which the cold reader can use to make insightful-sounding remarks. E. The Rainbow Ruse. This technique involves giving contradictory personality descriptions, making it almost impossible for the subject not to relate to at least one part of the statement. For example, a cold reader might say, "Sometimes you're very outgoing, but there are other times when you feel a need for privacy." Since this encompasses a broad range of behavior, the subject will likely see a reflection of themselves in the statement, enhancing the reader's credibility. 3. The ethics of cold reading. Cold reading is not inherently bad, but it can be misused. In the right hands, cold reading can foster connection, rapport, and empathy, making it a useful tool for counselors, therapists, and educators. When misused, however, it becomes a manipulative tool, allowing people to exploit others' vulnerabilities for personal gain. In the worst cases, unscrupulous cold readers may present themselves as psychics or healers, giving false hope or misleading advice to those seeking comfort or guidance. Understanding the ethical implications is crucial. Ethical cold reading involves transparency, respect, and a clear understanding of its purpose. When it's used to enhance genuine communication, cold reading can help bridge gaps and build trust, but used manipulatively, it can have real psychological impacts, such as emotional dependency and financial exploitation. 4. How to learn cold reading. If you dare. Mastering cold reading is a matter of practice, keen observation, and a deep understanding of psychology. If you choose to pursue it, approach the skill responsibly. Here's a guide to getting started. A. Study human behavior and psychology. Understanding. Human psychology is essential to cold reading. Books and courses on body language, emotional intelligence, and interpersonal communication will provide a solid foundation. Learning to recognize common behavioral patterns and nonverbal cues will enable you to make educated guesses about people's emotions and intentions. B. Practice observation skills. Observation is at the heart of cold reading. To hone this skill, start by practicing in everyday situations. Pay attention to people's posture, tone of voice, eye contact, and facial expressions. Over time, you'll learn to interpret subtle cues and connect them with emotional states. C. Learn the basic techniques. Master the core techniques mentioned earlier, such as the Barnum Effect, shotgunning, fishing, and reading body language. These skills will provide you with a foundation in cold reading, helping you to navigate social interactions with a heightened sense of awareness. D. Practice ethical boundaries. Remember that cold reading can have a powerful impact on people, and it's essential to use it responsibly. If you choose to practice cold reading, make sure to respect the privacy and emotional boundaries of others. Avoid making promises or predictions that you cannot fulfill, and be transparent about your intentions whenever possible. 5. Applications of cold reading. While cold reading may seem like a dark art, it can also have practical and constructive applications when used ethically. Here are a few areas where cold reading can be helpful. A. Counseling and therapy. In therapeutic settings, elements of cold reading can help therapists build rapport and gain insights into clients' thoughts and feelings. By being observant and receptive, therapists can better understand clients' needs, creating a safe space for exploration and growth. Business sales and marketing sales professionals often use cold reading techniques to connect with potential customers, build trust, and understand their needs. By observing body language and verbal cues, salespeople can tailor their approach to resonate with the client, improving the likelihood of a successful transaction. Public speaking and networking. Public speakers, coaches, and leaders can use cold reading techniques to better engage their audiences. By observing nonverbal cues and adjusting their language to match the audience's mood, they can create a more compelling and relatable experience. 6. Risks of learning. Cold reading. Learning cold reading comes with risks, especially if practiced unethically or irresponsibly. Some potential dangers include emotional manipulation. Mastering cold reading can lead to the temptation to manipulate others' emotions or gain an unfair advantage in relationships, both personal and professional. False authority. Some people may use cold reading to create an illusion of authority or expertise, misleading others and causing harm. Loss of trust. When people realize they've been manipulated, it can damage trust and relationships, sometimes irreparably. Emotional impact on the reader. Practicing cold reading can sometimes lead to emotional burnout, as constantly analyzing people's behavior and emotions can become draining. 7. Proceed with caution. The allure of cold reading is undeniable. It's a skill that promises insight, connection, and influence, but it comes with ethical responsibilities and potential risks. Learning cold reading can enhance your social skills and understanding of human behavior, but it should be approached with care and integrity. By understanding and respecting the ethical boundaries of cold reading, you can ensure that this powerful tool is used for good rather than manipulation or exploitation. Thank you very much. Subscribe for more video.